I'd like to introduce Elizabeth Hoover, right? Yeah, cool. Who is a professor of American Studies at Brown University and teaches courses on environmental health and justice in Native communities, Indigenous food movements, Native American museum curation, and community-engaged research. Additionally, Professor Hoover has been instrumental in helping to develop and strengthen the natives at Brown and is a powerful advocate for Native rights.
Thank you. And to these amazing youth who put all the effort into bringing us together. Thank you very much. So I just wanted to remind you today that the people who are on the front lines of this climate change issue are Indigenous communities, from the Indigenous people of Alaska, whose homes are falling into the ocean as the permafrost melts there, to communities in the Pacific Islands. And so as the sea levels rise, as drought increases, so I work with Native farmers from around the country who are worrying about whether their heritage seeds will continue to grow as the climate changes. So we're talking about how do we trade our seeds north at this point, because seeds that have grown very well and are very adapted to very localized climates are no longer going to be able to grow. I stood with water protectors at the camps at Standing Rock this past winter in an effort to keep an unnecessary oil pipeline from passing under the Missouri River, which is a water source for thousands and thousands of people. And the response to peaceful people standing there praying that this would not happen was that we were shot with water cannons and rubber bullets and mace and tear gas. Their DAPL security kept sniper rifles trained on us the entire time and hired goons in Humvees there to make sure that this pipeline was forced through. So the Army Corps of Engineers decided that an environmental impact statement was necessary for determining whether this pipeline should go under the river, and the current administration brushed all of that aside and forced this pipeline through. So now, this coming May, there will be oil set for export, not for even domestic use, and the burning of this oil will hasten climate change. So I asked, do we want to be part of a country that when you stand up and voice your opposition to things, you are held at gunpoint? Because this is where we are at right now. So what can we do right now? If you currently keep your funds in a bank that supports the Dakota Access Pipeline and other dirty infrastructure projects, I encourage you to remove your money from that bank, like Citizens Bank. There have been efforts here to convince Citizens Bank to invest their money in better, cleaner places. So I encourage you to make that small move, and also to voice your opposition to dirty infrastructure projects that are crossing over Indigenous land underwater that's going to impact anybody who drinks water, because water is life. That became the rallying cry of that movement. So I just want you to leave here today remembering that. And so the chant that the students have asked me to lead, that is part of this, is no more coal, no more oil, keep your carbon in the soil. Repeat after me. No more coal, no more oil, keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal, no more oil, keep your carbon in the soil. Thank you.